G'day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we're going to take a look at Super Warrior's Day Off, Super Saiyan Goku, and see just how good he is, even though he is just an SSR. Now it's always fun to take a look at the April Fool's units, and Goku is no exception. Of course he will very likely be receiving a Dokkan Awakening, but based on the Videl and Great Saiyaman, probably not in the near future. However, it's exciting to see how well he does and to kind of talk a little bit about his whole kit and what he could potentially bring to the table once he is fully maxed out. So he leads Goku's family. This is not too important overall. Generally speaking, units that lead a category as free-to-play units, unless they become LRs, don't necessarily matter too much. They always end up being just a 77% lead. Goku greatly raises attack and defense for one turn, causes supreme damage to the enemy, and recovers 5% HP off his super attack, which is very interesting. He has attack and defense of 159%, plus an additional attack and defense of 41% when performing his super attack. He will recover 5% HP if HP is 90% or less at the start of turn. If your HP is 60% or less, he has a high chance of guarding all attacks. He will recover 10% HP. In addition to the 5%, if HP is 30% or less at the start of the turn. He gives Bond of Parent and Child category allies 1 key and attack and defense at 20%. And he has an additional damage reduction of 30% when his guard is activated if there's another Goku's family category ally attacking in the same turn. So, based on the Bond of Parent and Child support, based on the Goku's family category requirement, this guy's definitely a unit switched and orientated towards being run on Goku's family category or Bond of Parent and Child. One of the two, probably both required, or at least a team that consists majority of both. You have Golden Warrior, Saiyan Warrior race, all in the family, Super Saiyan Z fighters and prepared for battle as his Link skills, which is a decent Link set, but nothing too wild. He's on Pure Saiyans, Goku's family, Super Saiyans, Android Cell Sucker, Bond of Master and Disciple, Rapid Growth, Turtle School, Heavenly Events, Bond of Friendship, Accelerated Battle, Bond of Parent and Child, and Earth Bred Fighters as his categories. So there's a couple interesting things here. Firstly, Goku gains 41% attack and defense when he performs a super. This will increase his defense quite substantially. For example, if Goku has 150k defense, you're looking at his defense going up to around the 200k mark, which is pretty decent, I would say. He then recovers 5% HP if HP is 90% or less at the start of turn. This is pretty good, coupled with the fact that he already recovers 5% HP on his super attack. This means that you could get 10% from Goku just by being at the below 90%, and then he has a high chance of guarding all attacks, while 60% or below. This is okay. Being below 60% and having the high chance for guard to active is always something really solid. It will improve Goku defensively, especially when you couple that with the fact that should his guard activate and should that high chance proc, he will then have 30% additional damage reduction if there's another Goku's family unit in the team, which is really solid. Not to mention he provides Bond of Parent and Child with a little bit of support that's really quite solid, and considering how big the Bond of Parent and Child category is, I think that's not so bad. So we can see Goku looking decent. He's not looking crazy. It's not like he's popping off and running 4 million attack stats or anything, but defensively looking pretty sound. Yes, we have quite a bit of support, but if you look at everything in general, I do think Goku's solid. Remember, he's giving some support back, which is always something pretty pivotal. And I think overall Goku's a unit that's, when you factor in what could be with his Extreme Z Awakening, I think he could be pretty good. Now because, his Dokkan Awakening, but likely his Dokkan Awakening into Extreme Z Awakening. But here's the thing, when you look at a unit like Goku, you have to kind of decide, what do you think his, eventual Dokkan Awakening will be. It makes it difficult to build him. Are you going to build him additional? Are you going to build him crit? For now, if I was trying to use Goku as a unit, I would probably make him full additional. The reason being is, double stacking of his greatly raises attack and defense makes him defensively sound. That's basically 10% health That would be coming back every turn, which is pretty solid. And beyond that, I would mainly be running him as a floater, which means I just want him to have additional defensive capabilities and to restore my health as a double shot every time he appears. Now, Goku's solid. I don't think there's anything wrong with Goku's performance. I think what this does is it just excites me to see what kind of bond of parents and child support Goku could become when he gets his eventual Dokkan awakening. And I think this is a pretty good basis for them to work off of. Yes, Goku could be better, of course. I think when we look at SSRs that were impressive, we look at AGL Gohan from the superhero movie, and his SSR into his Dokkan awakening didn't change too much. So I think Goku's not as impressive as that unit, so we could expect a fair number of changes. It would be nice. They will definitely increase the support. They might add in built-in additionals. I think what would be good is if they raised the threshold for his guard, made it 70%, not 60% would be good. And yeah, I think if they just do those changes, it will make him a pretty solid floating support. The thing is with conditional guard, like having guard that procs below a certain threshold or with certain conditions, is you're always going to have that situation where it works or it doesn't work. So I can't really say that he's good just because he has conditional guard. It doesn't really work like that, but in general you should be quite good if you just use him as a floating support. I think he's a very solid unit, and I think from my perspective, I think he's really good and I like him quite a bit. So that's basically it. In regards to his performance, if we look at his links, obviously Golden Warrior, Saiyan Warrior Race, All in the Family, Super Saiyan, Prepared for Battle, Z Fighters. These are solid links. Z Fighters a little bit wonkier to get, but Super Saiyan, Golden Warrior, Prepared for Battle, Saiyan Warrior Race, these links are super easy to get. Super common amongst pure Saiyans, hybrid Saiyans. You'll find 2 or 3 or a bit of these, with basically every single Super Saiyan based unit that you can find. It's a really common link set. It's a really solid foundation for Goku to work off of, and considering he wants to mainly link with Super Saiyan units and bond the parent and child units, I think this is more than fine. So overall I would say Goku is a solid unit, sitting in a solid place. Really happy with his overall performance, and honestly don't have too much to complain about. I think Goku's Dokkan awakening will be super interesting. Him being an SSR and being solid is exciting, because it means that his Dokkan awakening should in theory be even more solid, which isn't always guaranteed, but definitely looks like it could be that way inclined. If I had to focus on anything, I would say All in the Family is a crucial link, which is why I think this guy suits a Goku's Family team build more than anything, because All in the Family is mainly a Goku's link, but you can run him on whichever team. Like I said, bond of parents and child support is a very good support skill, because it covers a lot of bases. So beyond that, I would say there's nothing else really to focus on. Would I link level this unit? No, not until I've at least seen its Dokkan awakening. I think link leveling a SSR is madness. But if you are someone who's link leveled every other unit in the game, then go for it. You should see some decent value out of it. But that's basically going to cover it from me. I don't think there's anything else that I need to kind of cover for him as a unit. His best linking partner is the World Tournament Tech Gohan, which I think is fitting considering they're both in their casual attire from that kind of period in the series. And I think it's really cool. They just don't share a key link, which is their only big problem, but they share everything else, which is really quite solid. So but I mean, that is basically dependent on what you're into building together with this unit. But that's it from me. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time. Bye.